recruits all over the place. A lot of guys who are going to be playing on Saturdays next year.
Yeah, and throw in Sundays too, because both of these programs have studs across the board. Take a look at these top 300 prospects according to ESPN. I mean, Pepe is 6'7", 325 pounds, plays left tackle, going to USC. Across the board, all these guys are studs.
Hoover High School is no slouch, though, particularly in the state of Alabama, one of the premier programs, and they have been for the last 3 decades, Dustin. They have some guys, too, that feel like they can compete tonight against IMG.
Well, there's a reason they scheduled this game. They want to play against the big boys, and this is going to be a big-time test for them early in this season. And you look at their roster, they've got ESPN 300 guys as well. And you think back the last 25 years, Matt, 23 of those 25 years, they've been in the state semifinal, and they've got 13 state championships here in the state of Alabama, a powerhouse here in Hoover.
Well, Chip English took over the Hoover program last year as the interim head coach. That tag was removed in the offseason. He is the head coach trying to bring them back to a state championship, which they have not won since 2017. He did bring them last year to the state semifinal for the 23rd year in the last 25. It's been a remarkable run for this Hoover High School team. And for IMG, they have actually already played one game, a 41-7 win against the First Academy out of Orlando, Florida last week. Dusting off the cobwebs with a young team, a lot of kids in the ESPN Junior 300 and the class of 2028, including their starting quarterback, Jaden Wade. Their head coach, Greg Studrawa, in his first season at the helm, coming with lots of collegiate football experience, including a stint as the offensive coordinator under Les Miles at LSU. Gorgeous night for football, a steamy Southern Friday night under the lights here at the Hoover Metropolitan Stadium.
Just a little 84% humidity. Air's a little bit thicker down here.
Get your electrolytes ready.
Oh my goodness, I played tennis this morning, Matt, and I can play in the heat, but this is a different type of heat down here. It's a little thicker, a little tougher to get those deep breaths when you're sweating in it. So it's going to be an awesome evening for some high school football.
Hoover won the toss and elected to receive. Ryan Jung, the #1 kicker in the nation, according to Cole's Kicking, will boot it away for IMG. And as he has done so often throughout the fall in practice, Mosley lines up in the backfield next to Freeman. Flip it to Jonah Winston, the brother of Giants quarterback Jameis Winston.
6'3", 190 pounds, adds a couple more pounds to that frame. He's going to be a monster.
Handoff goes to Lakai Tompkins, who is a monster.
Average, and they got a whole new secondary there for Hoover. Here he goes.
Watch out, Tompkins in the open field. Breaks one tackle, and another. Touchdown, Lakai Tompkins, 50 yards.
Well, when we had a chat this week with Coach Studrawa from IMG, he said this kid runs downhill. He loves contact. Didn't even have much contact there. Look at that offensive line. The hole to run through right down the middle of the defense. And just makes a nice cut there at midfield, and then is off to the races. 6.
Anderson Clark in motion. The carry goes to Mosley. Lowers the boom. Caught the brunt of that.
How about this block? And just the brunt is basically taken on by Anderson Clark from Andre Alexander. That was a big-time physical collision there in the backfield that ends up at a 7-yard gain.
Mosley, a 5'9", 205-pound senior. They will feed it to him again. Shifting wide. Mosley with a first down and more. And Hoover is in business.
A 500-pound squat dude, 350 on the bench.
Here's Winston on the quick throw. Somehow skirts out of trouble. There goes Winston all the way to the end zone.
By Winston. I mean, this should have been basically a tackle for loss on the outside. Mari Irvin has him, just cannot wrap up Winston, and then he shows tremendous balance and then still almost gets tripped up around the 5-yard line. Is able to find the end zone, and now that missed PAT gives Hoover the lead. How about that? And keeping his guys locked in after they got punched in the mouth.
Trying to keep this away from Eric McFarland. IMG will return it. It is A.J. Marks the second, rounding the corner. Marks going back across the formation. And he is tackled at the 40. What an effort by these young men probably aren't a whole lot used to.
Yeah, great point, Matt.
Zion White makes the catch on a slant route. Tons of experience at the collegiate level.
Coach Studraw has coached nearly everywhere. Big-time college football, LSU, the Buckeyes, played at Bowling Green, and here goes Tompkins.
Every time he touches the ball. What does defensive coordinator Josh Reeves dial up here for Hoover on 3rd and 5? Tompkins on the stretch. Tompkins leaping for a touchdown. Number 2 for Tompkins.
Play design, you split the receivers off to the left. You go heavy into the boundary, and they're trying to run stretch on the outside, and Tompkins just does a really nice job cutting inside the block. 1st and 5. I'd like to see him take a shot here.
Through the air, Freeman is intercepted. Could go to the house. A.J. Marks cribs it for IMG. 32-yard pick 6.
Maybe take a shot down the field. Here you get Winston, the wide receiver, motions into the backfield, and then he'll shift back outside.
Here's Jefferson, open hole, breaks the tackle. And Jefferson.
Get this thing within a score by halftime. I think you'll have a chance.
Here's Winston on the screen, shakes one tackle and another. Winston with great.
Full complement of the offense, understands it all.
This time taken down by the Oklahoma commit, Jake Krull. His first sack of the night after he had 3 in the first half against the First Academy last week.
Yeah, somewhere Brent Venables is smiling. Looking at one of his newest commitments there. Jake Krull had a big monster game last week. Getting this football, that's going to be number 2, I'm guessing.
Already over 100 yards rushing. Tompkins another big gain, trying to get it all back. In action, the number 1 team in the country. Wade through the air, flushed out. Now trying to use his legs, and he cannot escape trouble. The IMG.
Oh my goodness, almost
blocked. And Guerrero is taken down. Trey Sanders with the stick. And Hoover will have excellent field position. Best starting field position of the night. And Freeman almost had it intercepted instead. What a catch by Jeremiah Tabb with one hand pawing it into his chest. Give it to Walloon, and he is stuffed up the middle.
The punt was obviously bobbled and muffed.
Oh, and that is wide by Steele Witchey on a 27-yard attempt, and Hoover will come up with no points in the country. 2nd and 16. Wade with time, hits Zion White. We'll make it about 3rd and.
He's knocking on the door, and it's right in your backyard. It's an easy yes to say, I'll come coach some of the best players in the country.
Wade with a first down catch by Osani Gales. Play action over the middle. It is caught, and it is taken to the house by Eric McFarland III. Touchdown IMG. 29 yards for the score.
They've got 5 new offensive lineman starters.
Pressure. New quarterback Caleb Freeman goes down. It is a sack by the Indiana commit and 4-star senior Cameron McCaney. 3rd and 30. And it's another sack for this vaunted defense. Jake Krull, number 2 tonight. He had 3 sacks in the first half last week in the 41-7 win against the First Academy. Short punt, returnable for Eric McFarland. Watch out. McFarland has touchdown speed. rounding the corner, and he is ripped down inside the 10 and minor league baseball stadium. Here is Lakai Tompkins, the Louisville commit, already has 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, pushing the pile with his power. Program launched in 2010. Tompkins on the carry, trying to stretch it to the end zone, and barrels through for his 3rd score of the night. Tompkins will not be denied.
It's just a great job by him. You can see the patience, and he cuts inside a really good block by the tight end, and then just really no chance. Still school, long jumper, 100 meters. And at 6'4", 235, still has some tremendous wheels.
Here's Jonah Winston, 3-star in the class of 2026 with some shake. They're going to play on a big Monday night ESPN game against TCU next week. Here's Howard, lost the football, and it is recovered by the Buccaneers. Tyson Bacon, the Miami commit, comes away with it for Hoover.
Yeah, really one of the first times we've had the opportunity to call Tyson Bacon's name tonight. The 3-star Miami commit had a strong season a year ago. Thought he would have more of an impact tonight, but does make an impact here in the 4th quarter. It's going to be Hoover football when we come back.
First down for Hoover after the penalty. Freeman takes a shot, and it is caught for a touchdown. Jeremiah Tabb pulls it in for a score, and the Bucks with a little bit of life in the 4th.
Well, Randy Moss will be proud of this one, man. What a tremendous effort here to go up and just give me that thing over top of Man Robinson, 23. Just kind of gets caught there and ball thrown to a perfect spot. Great hands, great concentration.
Title this year. Here's a keeper for Patton, and that will wind us down to the end of the game. Greg Studrawa, in his first year as the head coach, will begin his career 2-0. A dominant performance for this IMG team that trailed at one point in this game 7-6. They rattled off 21 in a row, and Dustin Fox, they win in convincing fashion.
No doubt, an impressive performance by IMG Academy. And you know, Hoover, I thought there were some impressive things that they did in this ball game too. I mean, they're going to be a monster here in the state of Alabama. There's no question about that. They got a tough one next week in Spain Park, but you know, there's not a lot to hang your hat on. I mean, that's one of the top teams, if not the top team in the entire nation in IMG.
The 4th-ranked team in the nation comes on the road to Hoover, Alabama, in front of a hostile crowd and gets it done. 34-13. As our high school football kickoff resumes tomorrow with 3 more terrific matchups, starting with #1 ranked Mater Dei of Florida traveling to 6th ranked Fort Lauderdale St. Thomas Aquinas on ESPN at 3:30. For Dustin Fox, our entire crew, Matt Schumacher saying good night from Alabama.